Picking up from where the machine died last night, now we're on fully charge. Atu kulhol kashafim mekatron. Are you telling me that all of them, all of the Benos Yisrael, used to burn incense for this spirit chasing? So the Gemara answers, Havale mi'uta kashafim. There were a very small minority. There was a minority that did this burning for the kashafim. Mi'uta nami legamer esakelim. But there was also a minority of women who would burn incense in order to add a smell to their clothing. Ishtakach ruba delav l'recha avid. And it turns out that between the miut who were doing it for kashafim and the miut who were doing it for the clothing, it turns out that there was a rove that were not where the besamim were not for the purpose of simply smelling it, and so therefore you have to assume that the smell that you're smelling is besamim that is not for the purpose of smelling, and would not qualify for making the bracha, because you do have non-Jews in the city, plus you have people who are doing it for even the Benos Yisrael. There's two miyutin that would add together, and so therefore you have to assume that you don't have the besamim, you're not smelling besamim that qualify. V'chol ruba delav l'reicha avid lo mavarich, because when the majority is not simply for smelling, was not made for smelling, you cannot make a bracha. Amar Rav Chia bar Abba, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, hamahalech ba'arvei shabbosos b'Tiveria u'v'motzei shabbosos b'Tzipori. If you're walking along on Erev Shabbos in Tiveria or on Motzei Shabbos in Tzipori, v'heriach u'reach, and you smell the smell of besamim, einu mavarich, you don't make a bracha, mipnei shechizkaso einu aser el l'gamer bo asakelim, because you have to assume that besamim that you're smelling at those times was only for adding the scent to the clothing, because that's when they used to do it. Those times were designated in Tiveria. They always used to scent their clothing on Erev Shabbos. In Tzipori, they used to do it on Motzei Shabbos. So if you smell besamim at those times, you have to assume that you're not allowed to make a bracha of barin minei besamim. Now the question being, you are still, what isn't putting the scent into clothing, isn't that really for the purpose of scent? So the answer is that you don't make a bracha over the scent when it's in clothing, because the actual spices aren't there anymore. What they used to do was burn the incense and let the smoke of the incense go into the clothing. So the spices used for perfuming the clothes are not designated for the purpose of being smelled themselves. And a bracha cannot be made over the perfumed clothes, for we do not make a bracha over a smell unless the source of the fragrance is still present. That bothered me, so I looked at the footnote in ArtScroll. Finally, the last line of the Gemara, Tanu Rabbanan Hayamahalech B'Shuk Shel Akum. If a person was walking in the marketplace of Ovdei Kachavim, of non-Jews, or specifically where they served Avodah Zarah, Nisratza L'Hariach, and he was found it pleasing to smell, he wanted willfully to smell the aroma of the besamim that were there in the marketplace, Harei Zachote, that is a sin. Mit da Lazin.